And welcome back to another episode of Blonde Blood Boys. Today, there will be no fishing, sadly. I am in my garage, setting up my poles for my next adventure. So, I have 4 blank poles here. And I am going catfish and bass fishing. So, I'm going to show you what I'm going to set up here. Okay, so first pole. Which is at the end of my last video you saw, it's that pole that I highly suggested, the Reaper Fish Ardent pole. It's one of my favorite poles. This is a medium heavy. And so I have same little thing here. And so what I'm going to do is, this might seem a little severe, but one of these, a 3-way swivel. It's really nice because you can do a main line if you want, like just one line. Or if you want to do 2, you can just switch it up. And it's really nice because it also acts as a little bit more weight, just in case you don't have enough weight on there. Stuff. Anyway. And especially for like bigger weights. Oh, darn it. Pause what I'm saying. I almost did something really dumb. Forgot to put the sliding weight on. These bullet weights, I mean, a weight's a weight. These ones are kind of iffy because some of them don't even have holes. Here's one of the holes. I would not recommend these necessarily. And then get your 3-way swivel. You tie this on. What I was saying also is that these 3-way swivels, for bigger weights, like a small swivel, especially like giant weights, it might even like slide past if you have like a normal swivel. Or that swivel might not be big enough to like hold the weight of that. So this ensures that you've got all that under control. So see, I don't know what this knot is called, but I'm just twisting it. So I have lots of good twists in there. Sticking that through the bottom. Sorry if you guys can't see very well. And then just pulling on that. It looks really just tangled. And then you grab it like that. Tighten it up. And that knot can hold up to like 100 pounds. It's crazy. Also, simple but effective. These fingernail clippers are some of the best, especially for boats. And so I have that on. Now, so these fish, they attack it. They're black bullheads, so you know what that means. But these are ginormous black bullheads, like the ones that you saw in that in the last 2 videos. So I'm doing, you don't even really need a barb. Like, you don't need a barb. They will attack it, and they will not come off. Trust me. You will wish that you do not have a barbed hook. Now, if you're like I used to be, where you're like, no, barb hooks are stupid. Trust me. Some situations, they are actually really useful, such as this one. I am using Strand 10-pound test original by Berkley. But, alright, so see, I'm getting about, roughly a little too long, roughly from my hand, yuck, to this roll of line. about that much. I don't know what that is in proper measurement stuff. But you take your little barbless hook. Also, one thing for these fish that works really well is red steelhead hooks. Like, when I was really little, I bought this pack of hooks. I think I was about maybe roughly 6-ish. I bought this red pack of hooks. So this is something else, but I got these hooks. I got these hooks actually about a month ago. They're pretty good. And then another hook that will work is steelhead hooks. Like I was just saying. Sorry if I'm not making very much sense today. I did not have my coffee yet. But so these barbless hooks, but also steelhead hooks. So I've only gone steelhead fishing a few times, caught a few small ones, but mainly I went to this one lake. I was going to this one lake and I was like 6, and so I was at the store. My dad was looking at some different hooks, so I picked this pack of steelhead hooks. At the time, I didn't know these were steelhead hooks. I got to the lake. My dad's like, "What are you using those for? Them steelhead hooks." I was like, "What, really?" He's like, "Yeah, those are steelhead hooks." I was like, "Oh." And so they just sat in the bottom of my tackle box for a few years. Then along came this. I was like, I don't really have that many good hooks. So I whipped these babies out, and those steelhead hooks, steelhead barbed red hooks, work pretty well, surprisingly, for black bullheads and flatheads. So I'm fishing for black bullheads and flatheads. These black bullheads are some of the chunky, monkiest black bullheads you will ever see. There we go. I want to make sure that line's tight. Sorry, I've spent a lot of this talking. So I reel this up. Sorry if you guys can't see me. So, one pull down, and one pull to go. So this one, we're going to do something a little bit simpler. So, along with catfish, if you're like me, you'll get bored. So, let's say you have one, this works for 2 rods. So if you have one, I have 5 rods. One's actually out of commission, sadly. So I've shown this in a different video, but this Rapala tap water, so amazing. Just gonna tie that on there, and then while you're waiting for the bell, oh, that's one more thing that I didn't show you guys, huh? And then when you get there, you can clip a little bell, like just these bells, cowbells. Just clip them on to the end of your pole while you're doing what I'm about to show you. You have these, and you're casting them out. So while you wait for your catfish rod to ding, you're just casting this out, trying to catch a bass. Because fishing is fun, like really fun, but the waiting part cannot be so fun. So this is a way to keep yourself entertained while you're waiting. Just boom. That's a lot more simple. Some of the other setups I show you guys. And so that's what you do if you have 2 rods. But sadly, if you're an idiot like me, because yes, I am an idiot. you're going to get snagged a lot. You tie on a backup. So what I just did, so wait. Bullet weight. Now swivel. Whatever type of swivel you want. Bigger the better with catfish. See, I'm just tying on a backup just in case my original catfish rod snaps. I've got it back up, waiting and ready to jump into action. So I'm going to pause this and tie in the line real quick because that'll take a long time because I'm done. That's one more pull tied up. Darn. Suppose happens to be dumb. So then we have the next pull here. This is a small Shakespeare, the Micro Series. Let's see, can I get in? Grat height, I think that's how you pronounce it. MGS P52 UL 5-foot action ultralight to the 6-eye blind. The reel is great. The pole is really a better. Don't get me wrong, I love Shakespeare. The pole, I guess it's more my fault. I tried to fish for brown trout with it. It worked so well. Tip fell off. I duct taped it back on with a few nails as a brace. Too bad poles aren't like humans where they'll regrow. Gotta pop the reel one more time. Now, the hard part, to decide what I want to put on this gorgeous end of line. So I've got options. I could set up, I think I'll actually do a grub. We will go with a grub for today. This little thing, this root beer cinnamon green, a colored thing with so forth. But anyway, this can be used for what are those little fish? Crappies and smaller bass. So, you know, catching bait fish and stuff. sorry for my dumbness. But now we got a little grub on there. So yeah, that is the conclusion of today's video. Please subscribe, thumbs up, and the comments, for some weird reason, turned off by themselves. I'm going to try to get those back on, and I'm putting together a schedule of videos since I've sort of just been dishing them out there. Actually, yeah, I'm thinking, you know what? I will keep it a surprise until I know for sure. So, thank you for watching today. Please thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you next time. Back to another episode of Blonde Blood Boy. Today, we are going to be doing morning catfishing / bass trip. So, I've got the cooler here. So, probably all I'm going to bring in this cooler